Hey there, you stinky little nerds.
My name is Anna. My pronouns are she, they. I have no IQ. And if you think it's cute, fun, and quirky, you can call me Liminal Gender. Welcome back to my second video. If you're new here, don't worry, you haven't really missed anything. Today, we're gonna be trying something new. I'm still gonna talk over my speed paint and give some commentary on it like before, but today we're gonna talk about some things that I like. I had a really good time doing the nostalgia corner at the end of my first video, so I decided we're gonna make that a bigger segment. If it becomes the whole video, I'm not gonna be mad. If you like something, make a lot of it, run it into the ground. We have no boundaries here, only hyperfixations. So before we get into the meat and potatoes of the video, we're gonna talk about the inspiration for this piece. The inspiration came from my friend on Twitter. He sent out this tweet. So Nick had this idea and immediately I had a lot of inspiration. I started thinking about ideas for bees and labor union slogans because what better metaphor for working together for the common good than bees? You're protecting the colony, you're looking out for each other, making sure all of your relationships are mutually beneficial. It's like the perfect metaphor. Building off of that, I was thinking about what would be the product of a bee's labor. Honey, of course. And in tandem with that, I looked up a slogan, and the slogan that I liked the best was, "Workers are entitled to all they create." Then I couldn't get it out of my head. So I decided to do a clay honey pot in a traditional tattoo style with a worker bee. Because they're the workers and the honey is what they create. Now that we've got that out of the way, on to the main event. I don't know how many of you were alive in the 90s, but it was a tough time. You're 5 and everything is multicolored and wonderful and people get mad at you for wandering off in a Walmart. Back in the 90s, if you could slap some multicolored paint on anything, you could sell it to kids. Not much has changed really, but my favorite and the best toy to me was the Talkboy. It was originally conceived as a prop for the movie Home Alone, and this little guy was a recording device. It was pretty basic stuff. You could record yourself and then you could play back that audio. Later on with the deluxe Talkboy, they added features where you could change the voice and you could slow it down and speed it up. But that's not why I'm interested, and that's not why we're making this video. Wait for it. Look. Watch. Bam. What the f*** is this? I love her. The yassification of the Talkboy. You can see why I love this. She's everything I ever wanted in a toy. She's pink, she's gay, unnecessarily gendered. They literally do the same thing as the gray ones, and the only reason this exists is because they thought slapping boy on it was preventing them from reaching the wider market. Ma'am. If that's the case, that feels like business lingo for parents not wanting to buy their girls toys that say boy on it for fear of implications. Which makes me incredibly sad and angry, but I digress. So the whole reason that I brought it up today is because when I was younger, I had this very distinct memory of having Robin Hood, Disney's Robin Hood on VHS because somebody had recorded it playing on ABC or something, and there was a commercial for the Talkboy and the Talk Girl, and I was obsessed. I had no idea that this recording was made before I was even old enough to understand words, so I just thought that this was a toy that was out there existing still. I was very delusional and very in a bubble. The thing that really sold me on this, though, is the commercial, and I have to show it to you because it's amazing. It's this dude getting blocked for a full minute. Just watch.
You can have lots of high-tech fun with Tiger's Talkboy tape recorder.
Hey, stop drooling on me. Hey, stop drooling on me.
It even has speed control.
Hi, kids, we're home early.
Hi, kids, we're home early.
This poor guy. Anyway, I was just, the acting in the commercial, the facial expressions everyone makes, and they basically remade this one the same exact way, but made it girly for the Talk Girl. And really, I love the Talk Girl more because it was way less boring than the Talk Boy. At least it had a collar. But my last thing that I'm going to show you, and something that I really love, is the Talk Boy actually had a competitor. If you're like me, you never heard of the Yak Back, but it was actually marketed as a cheaper alternative to the Talk Boy. And what I think is really interesting is they seem to have a lot more options in terms of noise and sound effects, which I think is super cool for a cheaper toy. It really goes to show you that even if a toy costs less, a lot of thought goes into it before it's ever put into production, even if it is just a cheap knockoff. And I think that's great, because as a former/current poor kid, I think poor kids deserve cool toys too. If you're curious where I got all of my information, I literally just looked on Wikipedia. I just wanted to make sure that everything was accurate, but I wasn't gonna do a huge deep dive since this was just me trying to talk about things that I like, but I hope you enjoy. Well, that's it. You made it through my whole video. I hope you enjoyed. It was a really fun time seeing you guys here with me again. And if you want to see more of what I do, you can visit me again on my channel. Bye-bye.
Bye.